Welcome back to Everthing Whiskey. I'm Callum. Sam. Today with the Glenfiddich Fire Cane. Should we address where we've been for nearly 3 weeks?
I honestly forgot that we'd been away for 3 weeks, but yeah.
Work.
It's not like a bit elaborate kind of explanation.
Just work.
Hours have been changing, new work opportunities and stuff. We've both been working like insane hours and opposite each other. So
he works night, I work morning to afternoon.
So never saw each other, never got a chance. We thought, look, we want to get a few things sorted with this anyway. Write down some new ideas.
We have got some things in the works as well.
Change maybe like the kind of go down to, well, we're changing some things. We thought time off would help. We can just kind of like give each other some time to kind of like create some new ideas, plan some stuff. We have got, we're planning on, we tried last time, didn't work. When we first tried to record this episode, we're going to be improving the microphone, the audio, because this one's a shotgun mic, but it doesn't do the job of a shotgun mic.
You can just hear the reverbs of it.
But also it's like quiet. It's not, it doesn't isolate on your voice. But anyway,
we're going to fix that, and
yeah, that's about it. Going down, so one review a week and one Friday video. That might change time to time to reviews a week and this and that. It'll
just
change
time efficient because we're both flat out of work.
Until we get like into a more stable, solid kind of routine with what's going on. But at the moment it's just been all over the place, so it's been very hard to organise ourselves. But we'll get into the review. Alrighty, so today we're doing the Glenfiddich Fire Cane, as Curly just said. This is, it was our first ever video we did, but
it doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist, we got rid of it because it was atrocious. Everything about it was just awful. But also it's been like years, so we're like, it's been like 2 years, so we'll try it again. But yeah, so Fire Cane is part of their experimental series. It's meant to be like a kind of tale of two stories is how they run it with their marketing. Sweet versus smoky, but Fire Cane. You get two distinct kind of like flavor paths that people either get one or the other. We got both last time. We've enjoyed it quite a bit. It was before we had tried peat or anything, so it was still quite.
We're in that Scotch realm.
Yeah, we're with Scotch. We're having Speyside, Highland, stuff like that. We hadn't gotten into Islay yet, so the smoke in this was, it was new and it was interesting. But it is quite sweet from memory. I, from memory, really enjoyed this. It was new flavors that we hadn't tried before. Price-wise, it's pretty reasonable.
What is that, 100-ish?
That was less.
What?
I thought it was like 80 or something. So it's not too expensive. It's not cheap, but you can get it with, at the moment, Dan Murphy's with the Dan's card, like membership off, you can get it like 15 bucks. Yeah, 15 bucks off, so 75 bucks versus 90, so it's pretty good.
Is this still like being run as an experimental, or is this like a core lineup now?
It's part of their core lineup now, I think, but it was still, it's the experimental series. And it is 43%, very little bump up, but considering the size of Glenfiddich, any kind of like, anything above 40 it's something to worth noting. It's good, just add to the density of the flavors.
On the nose there's a lot of peat, but there's a lot of sweetness as well. It's like fruit.
Also, this is probably, I guess, a good time to do this, just because we have been like not drinking at all. So like my palate is like well and truly kind of like refreshed, but also it's going to need to be
reacclimated.
I need to acclimate back to things, especially like peat. So it does smell quite peaty, but I feel like if you're a peat head and you've been drinking peat recently, this probably won't seem peaty at all.
I'm getting like that malty ash that we get from Johnny as well.
Yeah, with just more of that peatiness to it though, because normally that's just straight ash, no peat, kind of like without that earthy brininess. This got like a little bit of salt to it.
It does.
It also like salt caramel, like a lot of toffee and sweet notes. Wet hay, earthiness.
Or raisins as well.
Yeah, some nice fruits.
Sticky date.
Yeah, the apricots as well. I mean, it's weird kind of maltiness to it. I don't know if it's just like the clean glass smell when you pull out a dishwasher, you get a weird kind of smell, but
the nose on this is really nice.
It's a nice nose. It's pretty tame. But I guess this is why it's probably something I would recommend as entry level for peat, because it is quite tame with all those sweet notes and stuff, but it's got the addition of the peat just in like a way that's easily delivered to people who haven't experienced it before.
Yeah.
It's probably why we enjoyed it when we hadn't had peat before. Because I think this was our first like interaction with smoke, you know. Like, we probably had scotches like Highland Park or something at that point maybe. And they've got a little bit of ashiness and stuff to it, but they're not. It's not like something you would note down as like a big kind of part of Highland Park. It's not like peat or anything like that.
Does that fall really flat, or is that just me?
The peat kind of disappears. It's also way spikier than I remember.
I get like malty honey with
me too.
a bit of pepper.
I get like the peat spikiness. It's like it's kind of static taste. Like it's not round or smooth or whatever you want to call it. But it's not got the peat really.
It's like a kind of cheap peaty whiskey. Yeah, they're kind of
or like a
spiky,
young peaty whiskey. You know, it's got that young kind of whiskey taste where it's like the peat and stuff hasn't developed, so it's quite spiky. Like things like Ardbeg, and they're still sharp. It's not a smooth whiskey like typically. No one's going to describe it as that, but it's still got like a development behind it where it's
round and cohesive.
Whereas this has got a little bit of that spikiness, like it's a bit fresh.
I think the green grass now on the nose.
Just tons of malt on the nose. And just lots of malt, bit of fruit. Sweetness has kind of died down a bit, and it's being just been neutered by that malty wet hay like taste.
Yeah, that peat's completely gone. This would throw me off if I didn't know this was.
You smell
Glenfiddich
like
Fire
wine.
Cane.
Yeah.
If this was a blind taste, this would throw me off because like on the nose it's peaty, but on the palate it's like a generic space side. It just got
It's
that
like a
weird,
spiky.
wet,
It's got the
malty.
spikiness and the pepperiness, but it's not got the proper peat like taste to it.
It's odd. I enjoy it though. I enjoy the nose more than
I
the
don't mind
palate.
it. Yeah, the nose is better. It's more cohesive and round. It's just, I'm getting a little bit of peat on the like finish. If you just kind of like, Jesus, just ate. If you kind of aerate your mouth after it, like on the finish, you get a little bit of the peat. But
I get pepper when I do that. But
it's a weird one.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like regular Glenfiddich either. Yeah, it's just going sharp, weirdly dry. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just this dry, woody, wet hay, kind of dirty barnyard kind of maltiness.
I think licorice.
Licorice.
I'm getting.
It's
not a strong licorice, but I'm getting maybe aniseed probably the better word because it's not as sweet as licorice.
Yeah.
It's weird, but
yeah. Well, it's
for
fine.
$90, it's enjoyable.
Yeah. Look, it's interesting, is what I'd say. And for newcomers into peat, I'd say it's probably a good idea. It's not as good as I remember it though. I remember it being like sweet and peaty.
Yeah, that's probably a little fresh into peat.
Yeah, exactly. But again, I've been like this for a while now. The Scotch maltiness that I get with most Scotches, unless they're like Islers, that kind of just grain, malty, like bran cereal, kind of weird mildew taste that's like at the heart of like all Scotches.
Yeah.
Oh, most of them at least, for me personally, is something that I am not finding a lot of pleasure in lately. And I don't know if it coincided with us like starting to enjoy bourbon a lot more. And I don't know if that like smooth, like core sweetness from bourbon has now highlighted that maltiness in Scotch, and that's why I don't know. So that for me is probably why I'm enjoying this less than I did before. Yeah. Because I was really into Scotch when we first tried it, but I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, no, it's not bad. Let us know your opinion on it if you've tried it. If you've tried any of the other experimental ones, they're a fair bit more expensive from memory.
What's that white one?
That's the one I don't want. That's the one I don't want to get.
Why is it just bad?
Because Whiskey Vault reviewed it and they didn't enjoy it, and their notes, what they gave, run pretty similar to what I get from things. So like it's like ice wine cask, so it was apparently just really sweet and simple, but it's also like really expensive. But it looks cool. There's like the one with the thumbprint on it. There's like a beer related one. I don't really know, but anyway, we're gonna outro this because we've been going for far too long. If you like this episode of Everthing Whiskey, leave us a like and see future episodes from us. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do, we'll see you next one.
Cheers.